like,
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
That's the way.
Yeah. Some people just want to watch the world burn.
All right, welcome back to Project Yare Shack. Yare Shack.
Yare Shack.
I'm not even.
Shack.
No, don't do that.
Oh.
No, now your fridge is in the camera.
Yeah.
Nick's like, well, I'm trying to sell it.
Nobody wants to see your dirty fridge.
It's not really dirty.
Dirty fridge.
It's not that dirty.
Oh, see?
Look at that.
Yo, $100 on eBay.
Hey, it's pretty dirty down the bottom.
It's got a dirty bottom.
Get on your knees and scrub that.
Do I look like Snow White, you
Get on
pale ass
your
bitch?
knees, bitch.
Do I look like Snow White, you pale ass bitch?
If he got on his knees, he'd probably break him. Oh!
Oh!
Hey, pass it down. Okay.
I mean, you hurt your ankle earlier today, so I can't help but think.
No, I heard it. I heard it yesterday at the
It was a
Fall Creek
joke.
Falls.
It was funny.
I heard it yesterday at Fall Creek Falls.
We all laughed, and now we're.
I thought you heard it dancing. I told Brad you heard it dancing.
No, I heard it yesterday.
You're like, I'm so excited for seeing my new girlfriend, and you just twirl.
What? That's terrible. That's terrible.
Can you scoot further that way?
Yes.
Don't move the table while you're doing it.
That's what she said.
Well, I was pretty hungry for breakfast, and she just happened to be on the table.
We should send this to her.
She'll probably watch the video.
No.
Nick will recommend him and be like, oh crap, we did that.
That's fucked up.
Right.
Anyway, you were talking about King's Game a second ago, about how it was terrible but good, and it had its moments, but you didn't like it at all, but the manga was so good. What did you think about that?
No, I went through it. I basically said everything. I hate that anime. It fucking sucks.
Fine, name an anime that you hate, but I like, besides King's Game.
I don't know if there is any major ones.
Charlotte.
Yu Yu Hakusho?
I don't hate
I
Charlotte.
love
I just-
you.
You said
Charlotte is.
You said you'd fall
I don't
asleep.
like it.
You said you fell asleep watching it.
Okay, here. Just
For like the third time.
just
I don't
name
wanna
some.
watch it
Just
3
name
times.
some anime that you like, and I'll say if I like it or not.
No, because that's stupid.
Do it. Name an
I
anime.
don't think I can name the names. Shimonetta.
You know what that one's, right?
I think so.
That's the one with the cookies where she uses her love
Oh.
nectar.
Love nectar and the cookies.
I never finished that one.
And the water. Love. It wasn't
Yeah.
water. It was all
It's
love
like,
nectar.
she's like, I poured you this. It's actually made out of my love nectar. And he's already drank like half of it. He's like, what?
You think you would have known?
we didn't clap sync.
I think it's funny whenever she
You're gonna have a terrible
she
time.
like tackles him
It's in
outside
the
and like
240s.
has his legs like this and then goes like this, rips the zipper off.
Yeah, I mean, I think I made it to the episode where she like breaks into
Black
his house
cloak.
Yeah,
and like.
basically rips.
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about attacks the other chick that's in his house?
Dude, I like when
she
they're
put
hot.
like the underwear on.
Oh
so-
yeah.
Or when they're
I don't know why I
Trying to
never
hide?
finished that show. You know what the problem was? I started watching it dubbed and I kind of was bugged by it, so I went to sub and I was kind of like,
this doesn't sound as good as the dub.
No, it's not that it didn't sound as good. It was just kind of like I had already gotten used to the other voice.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like, and I kept jumping back. And I watched the first episode like 3 times.
I like the scene where he's hiding in the locker room and she gets hit. The dude is hiding in there and there's a chick, and she's soaking wet so he can like see her breast, and that's how he figures out she's a girl. And then he starts to get a hard on.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Okay, not the chick that likes him. She's running around trying to find him,
Yeah.
and her like butler or assistant
Are you talking about the black haired person?
chick.
You know that's a dude, right?
No, the chick.
Long black hair.
No, wears pants. Her assistant.
I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about the one that he hangs out with too that also does like the underwear over the face deal?
Does she wear pants instead of a regular school clothes? Like school?
I don't remember any chicks wearing pants.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I remember there was like a tall, looks like a chick, but it's actually a guy, and she wears
No,
he wears
one.
dresses.
It looks like a dude, and the dude thinks it's a dude, but it's a chick.
Wait a minute, you're talking about Nisekoi now.
I don't know what that is.
Nisekoi's the one with the blonde chick with the ribbon in her hair and
Is it in Shimonetta?
no.
No.
I don't even know what Nisekoi is.
Because like, I'm trying to think. I was like, I don't remember what.
Hold on, I'll look it up. Calm
It's
your,
like,
calm your
blue hair.
horses.
I remember
Pilgrim.
there's the girl in Shivanetta who draws with her mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she can't use her hands. She's like, he's.
Yeah, and then he snuck into this place to find a whole bunch of old porno mags.
Yeah.
And
It's like his dad's or something like that.
yeah, I don't know. I don't remember a whole lot about it. It was a while ago and I never finished it. It's not that I didn't like it. I just never liked it.
Like it's one of those animes where it's just like you kind of watch it like, how did they get away with this?
No, not that. It's just like, I don't know. It was kind of funny, but it wasn't like super fun. I guess
it was like the dirty humor.
I guess I just dropped it out of boredom, or like
Probably.
I probably set it down to do something else and then just never picked it back up. So it's probably on my list on hold, but I should probably change it to drop because I probably won't watch it. There was another show I watched. It was like My Girlfriend Is a Show Bitch or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was like 11 episodes, and I watched the first 10 and it was like, nah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I was like, there's one episode left, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not
Like I like the idea for it because she's kind of.
It wasn't funny enough.
Yeah, because like she has to me like the right attitude for a comedy.
Yeah.
She's like the straight man.
Like the only part I really liked was the one where he goes to meet her parents and
her mom's the same as her.
Yeah, and they both go, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
It was really funny. But
Yeah, they're like.
and the only other time I laughed was when she like made him food, and like he opened it. It was like,
oh yeah.
that was the only other time I laughed. But yeah, I don't know. I watched like the whole show, and then one episode away, I just went, nah, I'm done. And I was like, why? And then I think back to it, I'm like, why didn't I just finish it?
Yeah.
It was a half an hour. Why didn't I just fucking... And they put out an OVA for it, so I was like, okay, well, now there's two.
Nah, I don't
Now
have to
I
worry
don't
about
have
it.
to, yeah. Now it doesn't matter.
I think it was that scene.
Let me see the lady.
Yeah, that's a dude.
Let me see the lady.
Oh, it might have been the dude.
Let me see the lady.
I don't know. It was one of the things.
It's a dude cross-dressing as a girl.
Oh, this chick?
Yeah.
This is a dude?
Yeah, it's yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't know who that is. Oh, I like this chick.
Yeah, she's funny. The scientist.
Yeah,
chick.
where she just
With
like
green
pops
hair?
up under his desk
Yeah.
with her head in his nuts.
Yeah.
And she's got those bugs.
She's like lacking.
That part in the first episode, I think it's the first episode, where they show the bugs having sex, and then she's like, going, "Oh yeah, baby," like in the fucking microphone. I was just like, "What is happening right now?"
You were like, I'm curious.
like all
Let's
these,
watch this.
like all these kids were like, "I'm feeling things." I'm like, "Why? They're bugs."
Okay, Black Clover.
I watched the first episode of Black Clover and just went, like, nah.
You
Really, I didn't really have interest in Black Clover before it even came out. Like,
Yeah.
I heard what it was. I got a basic description. I was like, oh, it sounds like a generic shonen show. And then I watched the first episode. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of what it is. And then, like, you guys keep describing about how good it's getting, but you guys also like other generic shonen shows
Well, the thing
that I don't. So,
Well, this one like goes for the generic, but then it's like branches off into its own thing. Like it does. You just have to watch it.
I don't know why I'm doing this. I've been doing this for like 5
Bring
minutes.
it around town.
Bring it around
town.
town.
No, like,
you do
okay,
this
so, like-
and that, this and that.
Bleach, I dropped it. Naruto, I dropped it. Trying it again. Probably will. Don't know if I'll make it.
With Kai.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll make
Naruto
it.
Kai.
Don't know if I'll make it, but I'm trying it again. One Piece, I dropped it. Fairy Tail, I watch it very slowly in small increments because if I tried to watch it all at once, I would drop it.
But Fairy Tail is actually really good.
See, that's what you say that, but Fairy Tail, I know so many people who are like, Fairy Tail is just generic trash and they hate it.
Well,
Because
that's
Fairy
their
Tail is generic trash.
This isn't Dio, and that's not their opinion.
Fairy Tail is generic trash. It's just fun to watch.
It is, but it's good.
It's not. It really is.
I mean,
story-wise, character-wise, and it's bleh.
Like what?
But it's just so much
Give
fun to watch.
me a storyline that you just did not like at all.
I don't dislike any of them. They're all just so like by the numbers. Generic. You know
Well,
what's
hey,
gonna happen before it happens.
Yeah. Like,
The
no,
good-
you didn't know they were going to go to another land.
Right, but when they got
But you also
there,
didn't know that there was two Jalals.
I mean,
You also didn't know Locust
That's
was
actually-
a dragon magic user.
yeah, but I
You're
figured
you're not
out
going
a
to
lot of
predict
the,
everything in a show.
that too. But like the story, like they go to another world and the story they tell, it's like, oh, it's like the exact same, but everything's different. Like everybody's the exact opposite of who they are. There's no magic, but there's magic items. It's like, that's generic.
You're like, damn, that's funny.
It's like this, and then there's that. It's like, that story's been told before. And then there's I really like the one about the religion. I really liked that one, because it was really, yeah.
Italia?
I don't know. There was, they were getting like these clock pieces or something.
Yeah.
And like,
it was
gonna cause like an apocalyptic event, and it was like all the church's fault because
right after the
I was like,
yeah.
where
there was
they
like a
killed
fake
that
pope or
world's
whatever.
Lucy.
Yeah, there's actually a movie about it too.
Whatever. There's like a fake pope or whatever, and like this whole thing happens, and then like at the end they're like, we'll just blame it on this other thing, and it's like can't get the church involved. And I was like, that's so real. Fuck the church. I don't know. I just really like that
in Catholic
story.
churches, there's a lot of fucking.
No. It's like when it's like back in the day with the Crusades and stuff, and it's like, just don't talk about that.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like they did something wrong, and it's like, yeah, but it's their fault. We didn't do it. It's them.
Yeah.
Do you think Rome, like the Pope, the Vatican has its own like secret assassin type thing?
Doubt it. Then again, you never know.
Like they have their own special group, like special art.
I don't give a shit.
Art.
Yeah, they do. It's called.
The Pope treats himself as a world leader, so for sure.
What are they? The Iscariot organization.
The Iscariot.
Yeah. They hunt down all the vampires and werewolves. And
Yeah.
Really? You're gonna bring Helsing into this?
I've never actually stabbed or caught one before. What do you think if I stabbed it with my knife and Lucky Charms would come out?
Was that from Helsing?
It's from Helsing and Bridge. But yeah. Yes, the Iscariot organization is a Helsing thing. But yeah, that's the joke that was going for there.
Yeah. Hugh Jackman with it. No, I know what you're talking about.
Hugh Jackman.
Van Helsing.
Oh.
I know what you're talking about. I was going with a different one.
Oh, man. What were we talking about?
We were talking about Fairy Tale being trash and naming other things.
Oh, and then I was talking about one that I like. Yeah, it's an entertaining show to watch. It's just very, like, all the stories have been told before. They're not innovative. It's just kind of like
formulaic.
They put them out like
formulaic. That'd be the.
Like I don't like any of Lucy's like stories.
I don't like Lucy at all. But I mean, like fucking My Hero's kind of by the numbers generic too. But I like it way more.
Yeah,
than
the
I
characters
like
are a little more likable to me.
Yes, so.
But I've only seen the first. There's so much less.
What about Shimonetta? You think that's in?
There's so much less of My Hero to digest and dissect.
Yeah.
Because there's just not as much of it that exists in the world.
Yet.
4 seasons?
There's only 3 that are out in a movie.